Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back. About to get going now. I just had my first video put out yesterday since about 3 months or so. So we're gonna get back to work here today and start making things happen. So the only thing of note today, you can see behind me here, the four-wheeler is actually out of commission right now. I've got a starter solenoid that is bad and it's on order, so hopefully it'll be in this week. So what that means for me is that I've got to carry everything down the hill to get it to cabin 2. So that's quite a bit of wood to get down there so we can start putting on some of this sheathing. And then I can start dropping trees, but I can't really move them because, you know, I used a log arch for that. And, you know, no four-wheeler, no log arch, so that's kind of how that goes. So we're gonna start moving stuff. So let's make it happen. All right, guys, managed to get a stack. A few of these down here wasn't too bad. I just carry them 3 at a time. No reason to really, you know, crush my back first thing off the morning here. So we're gonna put the back up first. So this is the one that's gonna be the most challenging. Obviously, the front, I have the porch that I can stand on, but back here, again, this was one of the reasons why putting on the roof sheathing was so difficult. It slopes down here. You can tell how far just by the length of my pilings that are under there. So definitely have a slope back and kind of back down towards this way. So we'll get the, you know, we'll do the best we can. I will most likely probably just nail the bottom line and then we're as far down along this midline as I can, reaching without having to get on a ladder. And then at that point, actually, you know what, as I'm thinking about it, I might set a ladder up inside and just kind of reach around and pin those in. All right, well, let's figure it out and get it going. Guys, I'm about 11 boards into it here, and it's going absolutely fantastic. The boards are straight. They didn't really warp at all. The seams are nice and tight. Maybe a little bit here. This is about a 1/16 of an inch right there. But overall, just fantastic. Now, I had to cut some of the ones here kind of towards the beginning. You could see there how close this one is to the ground. These were actually hitting the ground as I put them up. So as before, I will, when I'm done putting these all up, I'll snap a chalk line across here and then cut them all flush there with the bottom of the cabin. So let me give you a look to see how things look inside. So this is obviously the rough side. I'm pretty sure you can probably see how rough those boards are here. But then here, I mean, obviously on the inside, really just how smooth they are. And that planer I got does a fantastic job. Again, seams all look really nice inside here. I think this is really going to look nice as we move along. All right, well, I'm going to keep hammering away, and I'll catch up with you later. Well, just managed to finish up the side here, this back side. So I just went ahead and snapped a chalk line across the bottom here. So I'm going to go ahead and make my cut here, kind of square these up, and then get started on the front. All right, now that I have all these cut off here, these are definitely over 2 feet in length here, these kind of longer pieces. So I'm going to end up using these on the front underneath where the windows are. Let me walk you around and show you what I'm talking about. So let's see. Let me see what I'm looking at here. This area here is the window opening. Okay, so all of this space down along the bottom here. I'll have full length ones here. Obviously, they go all the way up. Now, these are just over 10 feet long. So it's a fairly decent size broad side of the cabin here. But this window, I think it's really going to look good with that size. And then just those smaller pieces will fit in there in the bottom. So I'm going to start from down at that end there, and then we'll work our way towards the camera. Well, it's just after 5 o'clock. Sun's definitely going down here on the other side of the hill. And looks like I got about 3/4 of this thing sided. And now just the front and this. I'm sorry, I forgot about the sides, the gable ends. But got a decent amount done today. And I just finished that stuff that was running wild kind of around that window frame there. I just cut that out. I just took my jigsaw to it. Again, that stuff's all going to be on the end. You're never going to see it. It's going to be covered up by the window and then trim and stuff. So I wasn't really too concerned about you know, making it really pretty. But overall, I think it's looking great. I'm definitely going to have to work on the inside the window here, because on the other cabins 1 and 3, this is the front side. Of course, that's the gable, and on those sides they are sheathed over. So I like all of this exposed area up here. I want to showcase that, so I want to leave that exposed. So I'm going to figure out, you know, what kind of framing and stuff I'm going to have around the windows on both sides here. That's going to allow all this stuff to still be exposed up kind of towards the top there. So yeah, we'll figure that out as things come along, and you know, further down the line we get with our little project here, you know, we're going to figure it out. So all right guys, that's going to wrap it up for the day. We'll see you in the morning. Hey, and just like that, we're back. Another day here driving nails. Should be a pretty nice day today, I think. Looks like it's mostly sunny right now, but I gotta tell you, when I got up this morning, it was 19 degrees, and that's -7 Celsius. So for all you Canadians out there watching my channel, it's so it was a bit nipply. So I definitely have a little bit of a later start than what I was hoping for. I really just needed kind of the frost to get off the ground and things start kind of melting out here. So we are going to, we've got to finish up here on this front side of cabin 2. That's going to be the primary effort for today. Not quite sure what else we're going to do beyond that. It'll be one of these, you know, game time decisions, but that is certainly top of the list today. I'm pretty sure I've got some extra lumber that I'm going to be using on the gable ends as well. Some of those pieces are around 10 feet, so I have that lumber available. Once they get up into the 12-foot length requirement for the gable end, you know, then I'm just going to have to stop. So we'll do what we can, and well, that's all we can do. All right, here we go. All right, guys, just finished up here this afternoon with this left side of the window here. I actually just cut that side off there. I had some that ran wild long, maybe about 1 inch or 2. Used the ladder to kind of get up kind of towards the ceiling there, toward the roof line. And then cut out the window as well. Again, this is all stuff that's going to be, you know, under other sheathing or trim work or anything like that. So wasn't done, you know, I didn't need to break out the route or anything like that. So got the front done, and it really looks great. You got some boards on here with some live edge. This one here is probably the most. You don't see much of that from the inside, but you do catch it a little bit, which, you know, really looks nice if you ask me. So I've got several boards left here. I've got about 7 boards that have the rabbet in each side, and they have a smooth side to it. So I'm going to start working here on this gable end, and we'll just see how far we can get with these 10-foot boards. I know towards the middle I'm going to need, you know, longer boards and stuff, but these boards being about 10.6 or so, I should be able to get up there quite a few to help kind of frame or put the sheathing on this end. So we're going to start working on this now, and we'll see how far we get. Well, I'm working along here, working on this gable end here, and these 10-footers, looks like I've got maybe one more I could probably get on here before the boards become too short. However, I want to show you kind of what I have going on here. A little bit of chaos in the sense that I'm trying to use every board I can. So you see this gap here, it's certainly fairly significant. Certainly the most of the seams through the cabins are really like this, really fairly tight. This here, about 1/8 of an inch here, but this was also a board that I did what I'm about to show you. So to kind of reduce the size of this gap, I'm going to use a ratchet strap across here, and because the board is kind of warped in this direction, I want to pull the center of it this way to really close that gap. You can see down here towards the bottom that you know, it is in contact with the other side of that rabbet there. It is closed off, and then as you move up it gets wider and wider, and then eventually it's touching again up there towards the top. So if I pull the middle here, I just want to show you how I'm going to go about doing this, and we'll see what kind of you know, see what the gap looks like when we're done. So here on this side I actually have a nail driven in, and it's just kind of bent over a little bit, so I utilize just kind of leverage in order to keep that in place there. All right, that closed up significantly here. Let me bring you in here to kind of see what this looks like. So you can see now the difference in that. We're down again, probably just down to about 1/8 of an inch or so, if that, maybe a 1/16, really. But that worked really well. And that's kind of how I'm working with these last boards here. Like I said, I may only have one more that I can fit on here, and then I have to go, 12 footers from that point on. But we'll keep at it. All right, gang. Well, that last time lapse you saw, I managed to end up getting 4 boards here on this south end of cabin 2. So, and I ended up having to use a ratchet strap on a couple of them just to kind of pull them straight a little bit and to close the gap as much as I could, and it worked out well. Again, this south side here is super sketchy up on my ladder. It's just uneven. It makes it interesting for sure. But we're getting late here. As you can see behind me, it's definitely getting dark. I got cars driving by with their headlights on and stuff now, so I know it's time for me to head to the house. So really happy with the progress here on cabin 2. And I'll be honest with you, it was really nice to get back into, the building aspect of the cabins here on the property. Not to say that I haven't been busy building stuff and making, other things happen, but it was, this is just a little bit different. It's definitely more of a physical challenge to be out here, especially right now, unfortunately, with the four-wheeler being, basically up on blocks waiting for me to fix it. So, and the part's still not here, so, it is what it is. Stuff's got to happen. So, we managed to get all that stuff down here, and I did a little bit of cleanup. I don't know if you can see it here behind me on the deck of cabin 2. That's just about all the tools that I ended up bringing down the hill, so it's not too bad. And the blower was just kind of a, hey, that'd be kind of nice, but really kind of organized, and things went really well, at least for the last couple of days and stuff. So really happy with that, and yeah, we're looking forward to what happens next. We have some rain coming in this weekend, rain and snow and stuff. It's going to be pretty junky, so we'll see if I get out here. I think most of this weekend I'm going to end up just doing kind of paperwork, kind of organizing. Now that, kind of blood's flowing again, and, the mind's kind of focused back here on the homestead. So we certainly have a lot to figure out and a lot of things to get to. So I might sit down and do some of that this weekend. So, yeah. at least keep me out of the rain a little bit. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up. I'm going to put yesterday's and today's together. We'll get this out to you as soon as we can. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you on the next one.